So this is our list page, and here we can see we are using the bootstrap min.css and bootstrap min.js, jquery min.js. So all the files along with this items page, all the CSS files and all those things are being shown here in the networks tab of inspect element of the debugger actually, and it's downloading all the files to the browser, you can say. Okay, and it's making a request to the items page. Okay, in items page we can see the response. This is the request, this is a get request. In response it returns a lot of big HTML file, what you can see over here. Just a minute, let me make it bigger for you. So it's returning the whole HTML whatever there in the JSP file. Items list.jsp, items.jsp. It's returning the whole HTML file. So now let's go and create a item. Okay, we will create a item form now. So yes, so let's go to the controller, items controller. In items controller, at the end of all the handlers, I'll create a new handler, public, and this time I will type everything, string. Here we can give a name, show create form. Okay, show create form, and model will be required. So let's add this parameter. So this is our show create form, and here we will return item page. Okay, we'll do right now, we are not doing anything, right? Item page, and we will have to give the request mapping to this. So we'll give request mapping. So in request mapping actually we have to give the request mapping, what it could be, item. Okay, if we give simple item and no ID, in the above one where we have to get the ID by item by ID, there we are having this path variable. Okay, but if we are not having any path variable, then that request will come to this method, show create method. Okay, and method equal to, what will be the method, request method dot get. Okay, method will be get, it will return the item page. So we'll have to create the item page, and yeah, so let me go and create a item page quickly. No, sorry, not item, sorry. Item page is already there, that is item view page actually. So let me return item create page. Okay, this will be item create.jsp. Okay, so it will look out for item create.jsp in views. So we will go and create a JSP file, item create. Just a minute, let's go and copy this thing so that I will not make any spelling mistake or the mistake in the name, because we may have different patterns coming in our mind for the file names. So so item create.jsp, here we can change the title, we can say item create, and this is not required because we are going to use HTML5, and yes, yeah, so here I'll have to use bootstrap for giving style to the create form. Okay, so we will use bootstrap CSS and JavaScript here also. So we'll go and get it from where is it, whatever bootstrap.css and bootstrap.js we are including over here, we will use here also. Okay, so after this title we can paste it and save this. So this is one thing. So now bootstrap is available in our this page. What is this mistake? Yeah, okay, so is this here also? Yeah, this has been, I think it's typed by mistake somewhere. So this is script and closing script tag. Okay, so this is in item create is having bootstrap now. So now let's go and here what other thing actually we have to use. Actually this is a form. We are going to create a form, and we know how to create forms in HTML, but actually in Spring MVC form tag is available. Okay, there is a tag library, complete tag library for creating forms. So we can use the form tags in our HTML page for creating forms. Okay, so we will have to use the tag library, that tag library in our application. So for using that, what I will do, where is it? Yeah, it's here, form tag. This is tag lib. I will include in my code. Okay, not here. Instead, this is tag lib, so it's better to give it on the top of the page before any HTML code. Okay, so this tag library will be used here for creating forms. Okay, so as bootstrap is available over here, so let me create the container first. So we'll create a div and class. I'll give a class container to it, container. Okay, and let's give the style. Let's give it the width of 60%, width colon 60%. Okay, so it will come in the center of the page, and it will take 60% of the width of the page. Okay, so let me create the form. Okay, how we create the forms in JSP? Actually simple JSP, simple HTML. We do form, and form we give method or action, etc. Suppose method equal to get, and we close the form tag. Then inside that we give something like input. We use input fields. We give type and all. Type equal to text. Text means text field. Name we give. Okay, name will be some name, like here we will have name, and we can give placeholders. Placeholder we can have item name. Okay, and this is it. Okay, so if we go and see, because this controller is forwarding to I mean it's like returning this view. So if we go and yeah, yeah, this form is coming, this form field is coming. Okay, so this form field is coming, but actually we don't have to use the simple form. Instead of using simple form, we have to use the form tags. So if we put a colon after form, okay, this is the prefix. Actually we use prefix, for using core tag library we were using prefix C. So whatever tag we were starting, that was starting from C colon something, C colon if, C colon for each. So here we have given a prefix of form. It's up to us actually, we can give any prefix over here. So here after colon, if I do control space bar, it will show me all the form tags available. So in which one I am interested right now? This one, form colon form. Okay, so I will use the method post. Actually this will send a post request, and here closing also will be done by form colon form. Okay, so for creating form we used form tag instead of the form element only. Okay, so here for input also, in input actually there is a input field, input tag is there, we can use that. Actually it's giving error because these things are not supported in this, and here we don't give the name also. Instead of name we give path. Okay, we give path. Path will be name for me and placeholder will be as it is, and it's giving error because it's not closed. Okay, so it's expecting we can close this form input. Okay, okay, so what is form and what is the importance of what is path and what is the importance of the path, that I will explain later. But for time being, let me add the 3 fields in the item. We can add other fields. Okay, so what is the second one? Item brand, and this is this is a placeholder. Item brand, and this name I will make brand, not name, this is path. Okay, so and this is quantity, and this is here we can say something eg 21 or something. Okay, so this is just placeholder, it will show in place of that until we don't enter any value, it will show these things. And up below this we can have input field, input, and input type equal to submit, because this is form, so submit. And I mean this will not look good, but at least we'll get the fields in the on the page, so we can see. We'll do the alignment and proper structuring later on. Yeah, what I was going to do, yeah, class, no, I will give the value also. We'll have to give the value to this. Value will be we can give save item or something, save item, and we'll have to give the class. We can give the class names for the buttons actually. So we'll use bootstrap buttons. Okay, bootstrap buttons actually want different classes. If it is a button, then we'll have to provide button, and then we'll have to give the color. For color we can give another class, success. Success is usually success is in green color actually. So, and apart from that we provide the size. So btn md is for size, medium size button. This is medium size button. MD stands for medium. So 3 classes I have given using this. btn md means medium size, btn success means green color, and btn means it's a bootstrap button. So all these bootstrap classes I have given, and let me see what happens. So this is the HTML form, and this is my controller handler method. I am returning item create at JSP. I am returning item create view. So let me go and try to access the item page. I mean like the item create page, and let us see an item create.jsp line 18. What is the main error? Yeah, root cause is neither binding result nor plain target object for bean name command. Bean name, there is no command object actually. So we can either have command or command name here in form. Actually, this is the way. Actually, this is the big thing I'm going to explain you. Actually, what Spring MVC does, there is a concept of command name. Okay, command object. Okay, this here in our HTML form we have to give a command name. Here we can say we'll have to give a command name. Command name will be item form or something. We can give item form. And what we have to do, what is actually this command does in Spring MVC, we bind an object with the HTML form. Okay, so suppose we have to create item. Okay, so this is the form for creating item. Okay, so we have to map this HTML form with the item class. Okay, so all the field names, I mean the paths, whatever is the path over here, all the paths are nothing but the properties of that item class. Okay, so name, brand, quantity, all these are properties with the item class. Okay, so here I will give the command name, and in controller what I will have to do, I will have to bind this with a object of item. Okay, so I will have to go and add an attribute in the model. Okay, I will have to return a model. Actually, I will have to return a model. Add here I will return an empty item, new item. We can do empty item, but what name I have to give here? I have to give the name of the command over here. Okay, so command name is item form for me. Okay, so this is going to do the job. So now what we have done, we are returning an object to the dispatcher servlet. I mean, like we are not returning, actually we have set an attribute item with the name item form. So somehow Spring MVC will bind this item class, okay, item object with the form there in item create page. Okay, so let me go and access. It will be clear in few minutes. I mean, like it will be more clear in few minutes. Let's see how it works in action. So let me go and try to access this page again. Yes, see, this page is coming now. Earlier it was giving that there is no binding, okay, and there is no command name. Now the page is coming. What it did, it's binded the item object with this item form. Okay, so binding, it will become more clear if we, instead of passing an empty item means all the fields are null or empty. Okay, but here if I pass something like, because the item is having another constructor, so we can set some values. Okay, I will create an item with some values. Okay, so here I say pencil, this is item name, this is in place of brand Natraj, and we can say 5 items. Okay, so what will happen? Okay, let's go and see. Let it reload the context. Yeah, Now I can access it. Yeah, see, instead of giving empty form, it's giving the values. So whatever things, whatever data we are setting there in our command object, I mean item is the command object, that is coming over here in the HTML form. So that item object is binded with the item form here in JSP page. Okay. Yes.